Hey Self-Seed family, welcome to another episode of the Self-Seed podcast, and I think this is the fourth chapter of our ongoing AI and Africa mini-series. If you've been tracking with us so far, we have looked at how African founders are using AI to build against the odds. We saw how AI is replacing capital as the first co-founder, and how we can build for places with limited connectivity, especially 2G, 3G and everything in between. But today I want us to shift that energy. We're going to shift because this isn't just about surviving, working around limitation, or adapting to someone else's model. This episode is about actually owning our own narrative, and I mean that in a serious context. That owning our own narrative, the African narrative. And so let's talk about the big question. What if Africa doesn't need to catch up because we are already poised to leap ahead? That's what we are diving in today. How African innovators are using AI to leapfrog outdated systems and publish or build solutions that make sense for our own people, our markets, and our future. So what is leapfrogging? Let's start by defining that first. To leapfrog actually just means to skip some steps or to bypass the normal sequence of development and to go straight onto what's next. What's the next step? So you jump some steps and you move to the next ladder. We have seen it multiple times before. We have seen it. Africa didn't build landlines. We actually leapfrogged to mobile money. We skipped complex banking and we went to build USSD payment systems, and then we skipped also chalkboards, and now we have even classrooms on WhatsApp. So and now we have AI. We don't have to build the old systems anymore. We can build the right ones because AI gives us the chance to build from scratch without being stuck on legacy code or policies or even mindsets. Now let's make it real. Here are powerful ways we are already leapfrogging in, and how AI is central to each of that. The first one is in education. Now we know that we have under-resourced schools, and we are moving from under-resourced schools to AI-powered micro-learning. We know teacher shortages in Africa are a real issue sometimes, especially in many rural areas. But platforms like U-Lesson in Nigeria, Eneza Education in Kenya, and Shule Direct in Tanzania, and even simple WhatsApp-based tutoring groups are already making a difference in this area of education. Now imagine all these platforms could combine like AI tutors with using ChatGPT. They could create offline first AI summaries for students without data, and we could have voice-to-text learning modules in Swahili or even Yoruba. And instead of waiting for more schools, we can build smarter classrooms everywhere. And the second aspect or industry that AI is taking control in is healthcare, whereby we are bypassing overcrowded clinics with smart AI assistants. Rural clinics are overwhelmed, we know this, and doctors sometimes are stretched thin. But solutions are nowadays emerging. In recent years, we see solutions like the one from M-Pharma. It's helping manage medication supplies using predictive analytics. We see that startups are exploring symptom checker bots trained in local languages, like that one in Ghana, that they can analyze the CT scan results and be able to identify the problem. And with even AI voice-powered tools, AI now can help users describe symptoms and receive first-level support. Now imagine a mom in rural area Tanzania describing her child's condition in Swahili, and then they receive tailored advice via WhatsApp or SMS, powered by AI. Think about that. That's not the future. That's the possibility that we have right now. It is possible right now. And the third industry I see AI taking lead in is agriculture, because we are skipping expensive equipment for smart AI devices. Smallholder farmers usually face huge risks such as poor weather, price volatility. We have sometimes pest outbreaks, right? But now we have AI-driven platforms like Hello Tractor, we have Apollo Agriculture, or even just GPT-powered advisory bots, which altogether are helping farmers get, let's say, planting suggestion, they get early disaster warnings or rainfall forecasts, right? And then at the same time, they're getting the aspects like market price alerts, their food crops, for their crops, cash, either food or cash crops, right? So these tools are helping farmers make better decisions without even needing a PhD in data science or access to even sometimes Google, because some of these startups I have seen, they are working with just SMS chats. How do they say that? The normal messaging. And the fourth industry that I've seen change in is logistics. We have moved from unmapped roads to AI-powered route optimization right now. In cities where streets aren't even named, we should understand that logistics can be chaotic, right? But AI right now can do what? It can predict delivery delays using historical data. It can optimize driver routes using real-time updates, right? And it can even power last-mile delivery, even with unpredictable addresses, isn't it? So companies like I read about Sandy Limited and Kobo 360, they are already using AI to streamline fulfillment in contexts where even Google Maps sometimes already fails. Yeah, and again, they didn't start by copying the West. They actually started by solving African problems as they exist, like adapting. It can be adapting, but solving African problems at least the African way. Now, the core insight that I want us to hold on to here right now is AI is not the solution, but local logic powered by AI is the solution, right? AI is not the solution, but local logic, which is powered by AI. It is what remains central to all of this. When we apply African problem solving, our creativity, our languages, our realities, then plug in global tools like, let's say, AI, then we just sit and watch the magic happen. Because AI doesn't know our village's logistics, but I might do. I might know that, indeed. AI doesn't understand market days, or it doesn't understand mobile money quirks or social dynamics in Africa. But the AI also isn't African, but it can learn from Africa. It can learn from you. So you are the interface. The local context is the operating system, and AI is just the processor. So when you put all of this together, just watch the magic happen. Now, how to start thinking like a leapfrogger? If you're already building, or you're thinking about building, there's a framework that I simply use in thinking like a leapfrogger. First is start from first principles. You have to start. The first thing to do is start from first principles. Don't ask what's been done before. Ask, what is the real world problem here? If I had no rules, how would I solve it from scratch? Then you begin to build backward using tools like GPT, Blaze, and Gemini, and other low-code builders, right? From creating the problem from understanding the problem from scratch. And then the second way that we do is design for real users, not ideal ones. Don't build for the imagined users with unlimited Wi-Fi, a MacBook, and a Stripe account. You have to build for, let's say, the small shop owner on a feature phone, right? You have to build for the student with a 15 MB of daily data. You have to think about a farmer with 3 hours of electricity per day. These are just context, and then AI can let you now scale intelligence, but you have to somehow bring relevance into the playbook. And then the other thing that you begin to do, the third thing that you do is prototype fast and then learn faster. So you use ChatGPT, let's say, to write and explain a copy, right? And then you use Adalo, or let's say Lovable or Bolt to build mobile apps, right? And then you use Blaze to generate your first 10 content ideas. And then you go to Notion AI, maybe to build systems documentation, correct? But the aspect is, the faster you test, then the faster you can learn and know what leap you actually need to take, which leap actually needs to happen, right? So AI is like, it powers, it speeds up our learning process. I think this is the right way to say it. It speeds up our learning process. So story time, how I've seen all of this work in real life. So when we are building, as we are building Scout Path Opportunities Hub, one thing keeps coming up, right? How do we build for founders who might not even have an email? Instead, they just have a phone number. And this question actually can help me. It helps me leap past, let's say, something like Google sign-ins or heavy dashboards or even complicated onboarding flows. Instead, we tend to ask questions like, can they access opportunities via WhatsApp? And that's why we started the WhatsApp channel, the WhatsApp broadcast first. Can we offer downloadable PDFs? Okay. It means we have to bring it to progressive offline. And then, can we summarize a 4-page report into 4 bullet points using AI? Yeah, so we read online reports, and we bring them into simpler and digestible way using AI. That's what leapfrogging looks like. It's not always sexy, but it's smart and it's actually scalable. So this week I challenge you to do what? Think about one problem in your environment that exists because of a system is broken somewhere or it is outdated, and then ask yourself, can I solve this without copying Western solutions? What if I applied local knowledge and plus maybe global tools? And then sketch the idea, write the first step to build a tiny prototype, and then you can share it with me and just tag at Emmanuel E. Saitoti, either on LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. And I'll love to amplify your leap. I would love to take this leap of yours and try to share it with the world. Yeah. In our AI and Africa finale. In our AI and Africa finale next Tuesday, we're going to dive deep into from frustration to innovation, why constraints make us better builders, because we have all felt it. The stress, the slow networks, the lack of funding, the big dreams in tight spaces. But what if our limitations are exactly what makes us creative, original, and unstoppable? Well, that's the final piece of this series, and you don't want to miss at least that. You won't want to miss that. So until then, I want you to stay rooted. I want you to stay bold, and at the same time stay self-seated. Yep. See you in the next one. Ciao.